following movie review is rated R for retarded. In a world full of crime, corruption, and destruction, one man decides to review movies. This is Devil Dog at the Movies.
Hello everybody, it's me, Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I'm back with a movie review. This time I'm reviewing Jay and Silent Bob's Reboot. Yeah, that's right, the Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, which I've never seen, and since video rental stores are open back up, I decided to rent a movie, and I felt that this one warranted a movie review. It is a 2019 buddy comedy film, once again written, directed, and edited and starred by Kevin Smith and his friends, where the basic plot has Jay and Silent Bob losing a court case to Saban's Films that owns the rights to their names and also the Blunt Man and Chronic reboot. Once they find out that they're making a reboot, their Blunt Man and Chronic, they go on a quest to get back to Hollywood to stop it while it's being filmed. Kind of sort of like the original one, but they change enough to where, well, after all, they explain throughout this it's a reboot and they explain why. Honestly, quite cleverly done. Now, along their trip on their way back to Hollywood to stop them before they get their filming done at the Chronic Con, pretty much a big thing involving Blunt Man and Chronic has, their own convention. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this video is going to get demonetized. I'm going to try my best to get it to where it's not, but let's just see how this works out. Basically, on their quest to get back to Hollywood, they meet up with a bunch of young teenagers. One of them's a Muslim, one of them's a Chinese girl, and one of them turns out to be the daughter of Jay. Apparently, a time ago, when he hit it with that news anchor and got famous, she had a kid, even though she's a lesbian. Yeah, trust me, this story is just downright weird. After all, it is a Jay and Silent Bob movie, so what do you expect? But basically, it entails a bunch of weird events as they try to travel from one place all the way to Hollywood to try to get to this convention to stop the final scenes to the Blunt Man and Chronic reboot from being filmed. Now, there's several things about this movie. First of all, I found it to be hilarious. It is a funny movie. It is stupid. It is dumb. But let's be honest, if you're watching a Jay and Silent Bob movie, you're not expecting any sort of Oscar gold quality stuff in this. But I have to say, hands down, Jason Mewes and honestly Kevin Smith look like leather bags. They're old. I'm old too. It's sad to see people get old. But man, they do a great job in this film. Honestly, the plot, they add enough to it to where it's actually got a lot of stuff to keep you going. Everything from them stopping a pedophile on the way to the kids getting kidnapped and them having to rescue them from a bunch of KKK members, which the leader of them is actually Chris Jericho, the wrestler. Honestly, once again, Kevin Smith pulls out all the stops in getting all of his friends and family members and a bunch of famous people to star in this movie. It's got everybody, tons of cameos are in this movie. Everybody from Chris Jericho, like I said. Val Kilmer actually plays Blunt Man in this. And a bunch of other famous people, even Tommy Chong show up in this. Redman and everybody from How High shows up in this. Honestly, this is a bombastic adventure as they try to travel from one part of the country all the way to California to go to Hollywood to stop this movie from being made. Once they get there, they realize that basically the one little Chinese lady that was with them is actually a secret Russian spy who is there to actually destroy America by, I don't really understand this, by having them televise the death of Kevin Smith. Because this is one of those movies where it's very meta jokes involving the fact that you have Kevin Smith playing Silent Bob as they're going to try to stop Kevin Smith, the director, from making the Blunt Man and Chronic reboot. And it's really interesting. It's really slapsticky, really stupid. But honestly, I found this to be a very entertaining film. It was really, really good. And it's really got some sad aspects to it as well. Apparently, at the end credits of this movie, you'll see a lot of cameos from people that were in the movie, even Diedrich Bader and a lot of other people. They even got Chris Hemsworth in it. and he plays a holographic version of himself at the Chronicon that gives directions basically to people, tells you not to hump them and stuff like that. It's actually quite good. But one of the main characters that was supposed to be in this movie was Stan Lee. In fact, you can watch an end credit scene where he's actually talking with Stan Lee, and it's really kind of heartbreaking that apparently the third act of this film was originally supposed to focus heavily on Stan Lee at the Chronicon, but had to be rewritten totally due to the fact of Stan Lee passing. And it's really, really sad. And they made sure to have a lot of tributes in the film. In fact, that after Stan Lee died, before he could be in this film, there's a part at the very beginning when dude is in his comic book shop that you can actually see an outfit of Stan Lee that says "not for sale," and it's in honor of Stan Lee. So, it's good to see the love for the fact of Stan the Man in this, because we all know he was one of the greats, and he will solely be missed. They bring back all the characters of all the other movies. They have a lot of tie-ins to every single movie. Even Ben Affleck returns and everybody else. There's tie-ins to Chasing Amy, Dogma. They actually have a lot of cameos from everybody reprising their characters and explaining what happened to them. And honestly, it's a lot of meta humor, a lot of fourth wall breaks and stuff like that. But it's done in a way to where it's actually a very entertaining movie, very funny, and very, very stupid. It all starts off with the duo getting arrested after they're trying to run this pot business out of a chicken shop, and I'm not going to say the name of the chicken shop, mainly because I want to try to monetize this. I'm probably sure it won't be, so I'm not going to say the name, but it's a funny named marijuana shop, and because of this, that's how they get arrested, and they end up getting sued by Saban. It's definitely worth watching if you haven't seen it. It's really stupid though, and I hate to say this, there is no cameo by Mark Hamill. If he would have came back as the cock knocker, that would have made this a 10 out of 10 movie. But I'm afraid Mark Hamill does not reprise his role. They even have some clips with even the creator of The Walking Dead, where they beat him up over the fact of how he killed a lot of the main characters in it. One lady asked him, "Well, how's the story going to end?" It's like, "Oh, Carol's going to eat Daryl." Is that what, Carol turns into a zombie? No, he's just going to eat Daryl. It's really, really funny movie. Now, this movie was originally released all the way back in October 15th of 2019 in theaters and had a budget of over $10 million. Now, much like most Kevin Smith movies, this movie made no money. Kevin Smith cannot make a movie that really makes money in theaters. Most of his money is made on the home video mark. I do not understand this. This movie budget was $10 million and it only made $4.7 million at the box office, which is a crying shame because I could say it's worth at least $8 million. Probably not 10, but I could definitely see it getting 8 at the box office and getting the rest of that money on home video to make a profit. I don't understand why this guy's movies don't make any money. They're entertaining, but they are stupid. I think that might be the main reason. And, in the end, there was a lot of tragedy on this film set, including the fact that right near the end in 2019, Kevin Smith almost died from a severe, massive heart attack, and they kind of make light of it in the movie as well. And you can see him, he's super skinny and frail looking, but he does a great job in playing multiple roles in this film. Hands down, Jay and Silent Bob's Reboot is an entertaining movie. I still think the original one was better. This one has a lot of tongue-in-cheek humor and a lot of meta humor that does keep it dragging along. The plot is bare bones, minimalistic, and not really that well done. And the final scenes they have with Silent Bob becoming basically the equivalent of Iron Man to beat all the soldiers to save the day was shoehorned in, but it makes sense why, because the whole final third act had to be rewritten due to the fact of the passing of Stan Lee. Like I said, the main focus of the final part of this was going to be heavily focused on Stan Lee and him passing since he was not able to be in it. He does have an end credits cameo, which is very heartfelt and sad, in thinking it's really kind of the last moments that you've seen Stan Lee actually on film before he passed away, and it's touching and heartfelt. And I will say the fact that Kevin Smith has all of his friends in this, even the people from Comic Book Man and everybody else, this is a really good way to send off in the final film of his series. If he does make any more, I don't see him making any more. I think this is his last hurrah. Hopefully not, because his movies are entertaining, but they are really, really stupid, and their plots are just like really, really bare bones. I mean, in the end, my final say of Jay and Silent Bob's Reboot is it is a stupid movie. It is dumb. The plot is horrible. The acting is pretty well done. But honestly, it's very entertaining, and I found the pace to be a lot better scripted than most of his other movies. It carries on a lot better in flow in terms of the plot, and even though the whole final third part of it is rewritten, it actually does fit with the movie. And I do say that this is a pretty decent movie. If you haven't checked it out, go ahead and rent it to your local video store or your Redbox today. This was Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I want to thank each and every one of you for watching this video. Please hit the like icon. Make sure to hit that bell icon to stay updated whenever I release any new videos. And remember, I always end my videos by saying, have fun, play hard, and remember, people, the devil is in the details. Peace out until next time.